I want you to imagine what it would be like to walk into a grocery store and be told that you could not eat most of the things there. For somebody with celiac disease and gluten intolerance, this is reality. People with celiac disease and gluten intolerance in the United States do not have the same protection as those with other food allergies. By the end of this presentation, I hope that you will join me in believing that gluten is a major allergen and that it should be labeled and treated by the FDA as such. Throughout this speech, I will make 4 key points as to why this is the case. The first is that there is a similar number of people with celiac disease as there are with other major allergies. 2, that gluten is a unique compound and should be treated as such. 3, that there is no counter to gluten exposure as there is with other allergies. And 4, that gluten labels are currently voluntary, where other allergies have to be labeled involuntarily. So first, the number of people with celiac disease is comparable to populations of other major allergies. There are over 2 million people in the United States with celiac disease, and the damage that's caused by celiac disease is hard to heal. I have celiac disease, and I was found to have celiac disease because I was incredibly anemic, I was vitamin deficient, and generally malnourished. I believe that these are valid medical problems like people with other allergies face. Other allergies such as wheat and sesame have similar populations. Over 1.3 million people have a wheat allergy, and over 1.5 million people have a sesame allergy. Because these populations are similar to those with celiac disease, I believe that they should be treated the same by the FDA. Second, gluten is a unique compound. Some believe that since wheat is treated as a major allergen by the FDA, that that's good enough. But wheat is only one of 3 compounds that causes reaction in people with celiac disease. The other 2 are barley and rye. For example, when I was first diagnosed, I thought I could eat Rice Krispies. Right, the main grain is rice. If you look on the back, they contain no wheat. But in fact, Rice Krispies contain barley malt, and as I learned, that is not safe for somebody with celiac disease. Secondly, gluten is removable from some grains. Celiac and gluten intolerant people can eat wheat starch, but wheat starch would not be safe for somebody with a wheat allergy, and thus they should be treated differently by the FDA. Point number 3 is that there's no way to counteract gluten exposure like there is with other allergies. People with a peanut allergy may carry an EpiPen. People with a wheat allergy or a shellfish allergy might use antihistamines to control their reactions. Ultimately, the immune system can be calmed by modern medicine and practices, and there is no long-term effect from having an allergic reaction to peanuts, wheat, shellfish, so on. This is not the case in celiac or gluten-intolerant people. There's no way to get relief from the immune reaction caused by celiac disease, and there are no cures or medications to counteract it. Also, long-term damage does occur from gluten in people with celiac disease that can ultimately result in cancer from long-term inflammation. As you can see, gluten causes the same horrible experiences that other food allergies should have, and this is why I believe that they should be treated the same. Point number 4. Gluten declaration on labels is currently voluntary. Companies can decide whether or not they want to label gluten or call a product gluten-free. The FDA does have standards that regulate whether this can be used, but ultimately it's at the discretion of the company. Gluten intolerance and celiac disease are not voluntary, and therefore the labeling of them should not be either. When I shop, I have to look and choose a product that says gluten-free. A product may not say gluten-free, but it might also not contain gluten, but I have no way to know that. People with other major food allergies do not have to deal with this inconvenience or possible safety issue because the FDA strictly enforces the labeling of their 9 major food allergens. And that labeling is involuntary. They are required, and companies will face fines if they do not follow those labeling rules. In conclusion, I believe that gluten is just as much of a problem as the other 9 major allergens currently identified by the FDA. The populations are similar, and gluten is a unique compound in and of itself. Those with celiac disease also often suffer the same effects as those with other major allergens, but they are not treated the same. Like I said, gluten-free isn't a choice for most people. It is a lifestyle that they have to follow in order to remain safe and healthy. I don't believe it is fair for gluten to be treated differently than other major allergens when it affects people the same way. Overall, I hope you now all believe that gluten should be labeled and classified as a major allergen by the FDA, and that you will join me in advocating for this change. Thank you.